All right, another day back in the gym. Today is back in bicep day on Tuesday the 16th, 2024. I guess there's a lot of Tuesdays the 16th potentially in 2024, but anyway. We're going to start with deadlifts today. Our first working set will be 195, and our goal, we may not hit it, I say this every time, but our goal of what we're going to try to do today is work our way up to 245 pounds, which is 10 pounds over our conventional deadlift PR last week. If we're feeling especially full of energy, just for fun, we might do a little bit of sumo lifting today as well. But I really want to work on my deadlift form. I've been watching some videos. I've been working to kind of try to figure out what I can do to improve my form, because there's always something to improve. Even, people, the world's strongest men, they have things that they go to see other people to try to improve on their lift. So anyway, don't let ego get in front of you. Work on your form. That's another thing these videos really help me with, is to point out flaws in my form that could lead to injury, weaker lifts, a bunch of things. Anyway, I digress. After that, we'll move to good mornings. We have it slated for 65 pounds on our first working set, working up to 75 pounds, potentially 80. Don't need to go super heavy on that one. Landmine rows starting at 70 pounds today, and barbell shrugs starting at 135. So we're going to get into the warm-up with the deadlift. It is, again, quite literally freezing. I think like everyone on YouTube's been talking about how we have like a cold front or something. I mean, it's not that cold, but it is especially cold here in the gym. I have 3 heaters running, and it's still, maybe only 10, 15 degrees above outside. So it's a little chilly, but once we get working, it should be kind of nice. Anyway, let's get into it. I don't really need these straps for such a lightweight, but because I'm trying to work on improving my form, I want to try to do everything the same as I'm going to do it on a really heavy lift. So we're gonna strap up. One thing that I've read is that you always want your shins to start against the bar. It hurts a little bit, but we're gonna try it. And I think we want our feet to be a little bit farther back, so that when we pull down on the bar, we want our elbows to be just about in line with our knees. And then I'd like to put my arms out a little bit, which means I want a little bit farther out grip in this lift, so I can drive a little bit with those legs, lean back into it, and then push yourself forward into the deadlift. So that's what we're gonna try. Let's work on it. All right, let's get some weight on the bar. Quite honestly, these are feeling good today. It's a good sign. I've been really tired this week. I think largely down to the weather. Let me turn off this intense music so I can actually talk to you, but I think I've talked about it like a little bit on the channel. I have an inflammatory condition that basically, whenever there's strong shifts in the weather, I'll get inflammation in my body. A big part of that inflammation, although, yeah, there's like a little bit of pain. It's not like that something that you can't get past, but it does make the joints a little bit stiffer. And it taxes my body because my body has to recover not only from working out, but it also has to recover from the inflammation disease that I've got going on. So whenever we get these cold fronts, I'm just like grandma. I'm just a little bit more out of it. So this week has been a little bit weird with the cold fronts coming in and everything, but feeling pretty good today. So let's see where this goes. I'll go check. I think we're gonna throw 25s on here for the next warm-up set. Make sure we're not going too close into the territory of our working weight for the warm-ups, and we'll see what we can put on the bar. All right, let's put some weight on here. And by the way, the reason why I've changed up my deadlift form is I actually went through and watched a Mitchell Hooper video where he did a live session in the gym talking about different pain points and things in your lifts. And I noticed that my deadlift was, if I can get it off the ground and I could start to get it like close to my knees, I could power through it, no problem, for the most part. But getting it off the ground sometimes just felt impossible. But then once it broke free from the ground, it's easy street. And then when I go touch and go deadlifts, easy street. So that's why what I've done is I've just taken my stance out a little bit wider than I normally would, and I spread my knees out a little bit more. That does mean that I have to come in and grab the bar a little bit wider, but we're gonna try it out for a couple weeks to see how it works. We're not gonna know today if it's significantly better unless, you know, I'm lifting 315 conventional today, which is doubtful, but possible. I am feeling pretty strong. We might do a couple sumo lifts today, just for fun. I do sometimes enjoy fueling the ego. So we might lift 315 for a little bit, maybe a little bit more on sumo. But anyway, let's take our rest and we'll get back into it. Now, if I pull this up, this will be a conventional PR for me. So let's not overthink it. All right, that is 275. I think we can bump it up a little bit more. All right, this is 325 on the bar. We'll see if we can lift it. No. Let's do some sumo. Conventional, that's fine. We've done more than enough. We're gonna take a rest. We're gonna log this as sumo for our PR because we have been a PR with this one, but it is not a conventional PR, so I don't count it as a normal deadlift. But regardless, we made a lot of progress. We could start a little bit higher next week because we know it's safe, and because we know that it's safe and we can start a little higher, we might get a little higher because we're going to tire out a little bit less. So let's play it smart. I noticed my form breaking away. I noticed things are feeling a lot heavier. Let's take the win and let's move on to some additional back exercises. All right, let's get the warm-up set in. Let's this is lighten up. I don't think I need another warm up. Now, I feel like this exercise is really one of those ones where you don't want to ego lift. I feel like you're in a compromising position that if you fuck up, you could hurt yourself pretty bad. So don't go crazy. We're going to take it up 5 pounds at a time, and then we'll step it up if we need to. I think we can go up a little bit. Let's throw another 10 on there. I put this chalk line on the floor. It's directly in the center of my rack, more or less. And then I put a chalk mark on the back of my bench. So with the mirror here, I don't know if you guys can see in the video, but as you're pushing the bench in to line up for your bench press, you could see the line on the back of the bench in the mirror. And then I can line up a perfect bench. So the astute among you may have noticed there's a new line on the floor. That's another thing I learned in my YouTube research today. All right. Yeah, we'll do one more of those. We're gonna keep it at 85 pounds on the bar though. One thing that would be really cool to work on in this channel is my terrible habit of saying to fill the space. I feel like it's a habit that I've gotten from talking a lot. When you have a lot of people, you feel like if you pause to think, sometimes it gives people a moment to interject. So you have to fill the air with ums and uhs and all these things. I'm gonna try to break that habit. It's gonna be tough. Immediately. One thing I like to add to my videos is the failed lifts as well as the success lifts. So a lot of times I personally feel like people don't show the fails, the things they did wrong, the breakdown in their form. Those don't really come up a lot. I want to show those in my video just so you know that you're not strange, you're not doing something wrong if you fail a lift. If you're trying to lift heavy, I feel like it's inevitable that you will fail a lift. As long as you're failing that lift in a safe way, you know not to try to power through that failure with bad form. I think it's good to show. It lets people know that sometimes when you go to the gym, you don't get every lift, but you take the wins you have. And we had a win today. We have a win basically every time we're in the gym because we're getting stronger. But I don't want to hide those failures from you guys either. So those will be in the videos. All right, rest. We'll do this 2 more times. So we'll do 3 sets of 12, and then we'll move over to barbell shrugs. My shoulder, this exercise specifically, is causing it a little bit of pain. I think what happened is when I was trying to use my larger bench for the chest flies, my arm got hyperextended backwards trying to put down the weight. So yeah, if I do like this, I can start to kind of feel the pain, and then when I move back, if I move back too fast, I start to feel it. So I don't want to push it with this, so I'm actually going to drop off 15 pounds on this weight, take it really slow. I don't want to further this injury. I think it should be good, hopefully by the end of the week, but we don't want to make it worse. So we're going to drop the weight down, we're going to do 2 more sets of this, take it easy, and then we'll go over to barbell shrugs, finish up the workout. All right, let's go ahead and take care of this last one, and then we'll move over to shrugs, do some shrugs, do some editing, get the video to you guys. All right, let's clean this up. Shrugs, we're done. All right, let's just move into these. Shrugs aren't too hard usually. Some more shrugs. And I'm putting these down really, really soft on these safety spotters because you're really not supposed to do this. It's not a significant amount of weight, so it's fine. But anyway, one more set of these. All right, guys, this is going to be the last 20 for today. Thank you so much for joining me in the gym. It's lovely having you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I will see you tomorrow for leg day. I've learned some new techniques for the squat, so for once, I'm actually excited for leg day. Until then, guys, peace out. Have a good night.